The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. Today on the program, the Supreme Court is poised to absolutely deal the death blow that we've all waited for with regards to the deep state and the lawfare nonsense being waged against President Trump. 3 cases of importance that you should be following. I'm going to tell you about all of them. Yes, the Trump immunity case is probably the biggest one that you heard about here today or this week. It's coming to a head in the Supreme Court. The liberals are absolutely exploding over this, as they should, because they're seeing their world and their agenda crumble before their very eyes. Great hope resides in this republic, ladies and gentlemen. You, the people, are rising up to reclaim the republic as it should be. We're going to talk about all of that and more on this edition of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, The Right Side with Doug Billings is upon you. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hey everybody, my name is General Mike Flynn, and I'm here to do a big shout out for my great friend and one of the best in the business, Mr. Doug Billings. Right Side with Doug Billings, Right Side with Doug Billings. Doug is the future of the airwaves when it comes to independent broadcasters and podcasters. He is the new Rush Limbaugh. He's exactly what America needs right now, looking for honesty, looking for wisdom, looking for truth, looking for patriotism. Listen to Doug Billings at Right Side with Doug Billings. God bless you and God bless America, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are winning. We're winning, winning, winning. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. Are you ready?
We are not liberal snowflakes who melt away in the face of tragedy, adversity, and challenge. We are a covenant nation under God, and His divine providence is not dead and it's not gone. It is living within each and every one of you. And you will bring it to life in such a way that the world has never seen before. We never back down. We never give up. We march forward.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. Thanks for joining us, where you, by virtue of the fact that you're watching or listening to this program, by so doing, you become members of the most intellectually mature audience in all of podcast land, ladies and gentlemen. It's true, documented to be true. We have a lot to talk about today, specifically about what's happening in the Supreme Court. Lots of uproar about the Jack Smith case and the Trump's claim to immunity. I want to get to all of that in today's program, plus a few other things. But before I do, the left is out to get us, and they are attempting to demonetize us. And I'm asking you to seriously consider going to dougbillings.us, the website, dougbillings.us. At the top of the website, you'll see a support tab. Click on it, please, ladies and gentlemen, and prayerfully consider contributing $5 a month, $10 a month on a recurring basis. If you can afford more, God bless you. We never charge you for the program, but we have been demonetized on our platforms. And I'm asking you to please head over to dougbillings.us, click on that support tab at the top of the page, and follow the instructions. It's intuitive. You'll be able to figure it out. And you can offer a one-time, or the preference would be a recurring monthly donation to us. Nothing that's going to break you, nothing that's going to cause financial burden, 5, 10, 20, $50 a month, something that you can offer to help us keep this program going. We appreciate that very much. dougbillings.us is the website. Once you're there, look at the top portion of the website, hover over the top, and you'll see a support tab. Click on it and go from there. So, okay. The updates with regards to the Supreme Court. They're going to be ruling on a few things over the next few months, and we should have these banners made. We should see these things being talked about and advertised all the time on news and social media, but we don't necessarily see as much as we should, because the radical left is absolutely in meltdown mode because of what the potential of these rulings means for their attempts to keep Trump off of the ballot or get him involved in these continual nonsensical legal issues that he's facing. But you're not going to see them. You're not going to hear about most of them. If you do, it'll be a cursory mention or buried somewhere on the back pages of a newspaper or a social media page. But the radical left is scared to death that these decisions that are now in the desks in the chambers of the Supreme Court will go in the opposite direction of what they want them to go. The radical left is frightened. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear President Trump's immunity case. Now, the sheer joy I get out of this stems from watching. I admit it. I love it. I love to watch these liberals melt down. Their heads explode on mainstream media, news platforms everywhere. I love it. I absolutely love it. And we know that the radical left can't handle when things don't go their way. Their parents never taught them how to handle adversity, challenge, and tragedy in life. So of course, they break down. So it's going to put Jack Smith's case on hold indefinitely, this presidential immunity case. That's the Jack Smith case in a nutshell. But, it's ironic, a bit funny, I guess, if you're on our side, the right side. But Jack Smith, just a month ago or so, had asked the Supreme Court, in fact, demanded from the Supreme Court that they expedite this case because Jack Smith knew that the appeals process of all of these lower courts and their appeals process would take months. And it would mean that his case would be pushed back after the election. And his goal has been all along to get Trump on trial before the election. He demanded the expedited hearing to be held in this past session of the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court told him, Jack Smith, to go pound sand, basically. So now the court says that they will grant Jack Smith's request for a hearing on Trump's presidential immunity, but it's going to take place sometime over the summer months, and the ruling probably not released until the fall. So Jack Smith's plan, and make sure that you're aware of this because this is what Jack Smith is all about. His plan to interfere in the 2024 election has just imploded. You see, folks, what Jack Smith wanted to do, what he and the radical left, woke, liberal, commune socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party, want to do is they want to keep Trump off the ballot. And in their view, this isn't justice, this delay. This isn't justice. It can't work this way. And you are having pundits on the left come out and talk about, again, the elimination of the Supreme Court, how we've got to stop them, they've got to stop them, and so forth. It's election interference at the highest level. That's what these people are after. They disguise it as these indictments, which are bogus and without merit. They disguise it as lawfare. They disguise it as a plethora of other mechanisms by which they attempt to get Trump. They want to break him financially. They want to get him off the ballot. Yeah, the guy's a billionaire, but you know what? $1 billion is not an infinite amount of money. And Trump is spending multiple millions, hundreds of millions on these legal cases. And that's what the left wants. They want to break him financially as well as politically. So if you don't believe the case is blowing up and crumbling in all around all of them, all you have to do is flip on the television set or the radio and listen to the talking heads on MSNBC and other mainstream media outlets. They are having conniption fits. Rachel Maddow and others had an absolute meltdown because the contrived and nonsensical plans of Jack Smith to interfere in the 2024 election are now basically dead. So when you see Rachel Maddow and the others, when you see them have their meltdowns, it's because they didn't get their way about their ability to interfere in another American presidential election by way of keeping Trump off the ballot. Now, that should not be a problem for checkers anywhere. The radical left wants Trump off the ballot. Evidence of the obvious is sufficient. They're doing it in various states, attempting to do it. And the Supreme Court continues to overrule and say, no, you can't do it. So continue to watch this. It's going to be interesting. They're going to rule on the presidential immunity case for President Trump. The Supreme Court will, and we will see that happen probably in April or May, and then the results and so forth not until the fall. So that's that case. Now, another case that I want to talk about when we come back from the break is the Chevron deference case. And those of you who are farmers will understand this. Those of you who track the EPA and their tyranny with regards to water management on farmland in other parts of the country, other pieces of property, you will recognize the Chevron deference case just by me saying it. But again, we've got to go to a break, and I want to remind you that DougBillings.us is the place you can go to support this program. We have been demonetized on our platforms by the left radical woke commune socialist movement, and so I'm now begging you to go over to dougbillings.us, click on the support tab at the top of the page, and prayerfully consider a monthly recurring donation so that we can continue to bring you this program. Whatever you can afford, $5, $10, 20, 50, whatever it may be, pray about it and go to dougbillings.us to offer a monthly donation to the program. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back with more intellectual maturity right after this. Stay with me. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older, and it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. liveyoungerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great, and so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings. The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Right Side with Doug Billings, where I admit it. I take a great deal of joy pointing out to you the intellectual immaturity of liberals everywhere. We do it on the program here every day when we're with you. And talking today about the Supreme Court and the cases that are coming up here this term for us, the Chevron deference case, which basically curtails and shall I say, edits the power of the judiciary so that administrative agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency, the Department of Energy, and so forth can act out as they please. They can do whatever they want to. And so we have this case. You may have heard mention, either on this program or others, of the Clean Waters Act. What this does is it puts all sorts of ridiculous constraints, rules, and infringements on water, on waterways or bodies of water, rivers, and so forth, especially those bodies of water and waterways, etc., that are located on farmland. The EPA has had judgments in its favor that state that the agency itself can regulate every body of water in the country, including the ponds and streams and creeks or lakes that you may have on your property. The regulations that they've placed on bodies of water that happen to be on farmland are almost always impossible to comply with. And the conservative judges, as you would guess, on the Supreme Court are leaning towards overturning this Chevron case, while, of course, the liberal judges are in favor of keeping it in place. Justice Jackson, and I have to laugh, Justice Jackson, although she can't tell the difference between a man and a woman because she's not a biologist, as she said in her confirmation hearing, she thinks that if the court did away with Chevron, that the court itself then would turn into a policy interpretation body rather than a judicial body. So for those of us on the conservative side of the fence, I think that we would rather have the justices interpret these very confining, very overreaching, and overbroad policies according to their legal statutes, rather than allowing some clerk or a bunch of clerks that are woke and liberal in agencies unilaterally implementing their own agenda and tyranny upon us as how they might interpret the legal statutes. You know what I mean? I'd rather have the justices be the final say as far as interpreting law, not the clerks or the agencies of radical left-wing organizations and agencies. And I have a hunch that I'm not alone in that line of thinking. Chevron, this case, is the ability to dismantle. If we look at it and what the Supreme Court can do, it would give us the ability to dismantle and reject all of that nonsense, all of the tyranny. It represents one of the most significant cases that we've had in front of the Supreme Court, and that can give a significant blow to the deep state. Now, you don't hear a lot about the Chevron case because it does represent such a blow to the deep state, and it does, in fact, look as if it will be overturned. So you're not getting a lot of airtime on mainstream media about this. So here I am dispensing intellectual maturity and news that you don't get anywhere else, ladies and gentlemen, and we do it with a lot of fun. I love it. I love it when they don't tell you these things and that we get to tell you, because it shines the light even brighter on their nefarious intent and their plans to take control through tyranny. And so this next case, the Chevron case, dismantling the deep state, getting rid of tyranny within farmland and other areas that involve bodies of water, it's something that we need to pay attention to. So make a mental note or write it down, Chevron. It's like the old Chevron gas stations, although it's not related to that. The Chevron case is something that you should be aware of and keep an eye on. I'll be sure to bring you some results when the court comes back with its verdicts on these things later in the year. Okay, so another case that also has the ability to deal a blow to the deep state is the expansion of executive powers to override certain aspects of the Civil Services Code. And I'm going to talk about that when we come back from the break. But in essence, it's about when Trump was trying to say, hey, you could be hired and fired based on your ability to do a job, not your race or your ethnicity. Okay, so that's what this is all about. If you have a desire to look and feel younger, I've got something for you to try out. You get information about this at liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Liveyoungerwithdoug.us. There's a patch about the size of a quarter that you put on the back of your neck, and you feel younger. It re-energizes your own body's stem cells. This is incredible. And by so doing, you become more energized. You have more energy. The age wrinkles that you have on your face, they begin to fade away, folks. You have more energy. You heal quicker. Your body rebounds faster. You have more pep in your step. And I'm not trying to sell you anything overtly here. When I ask you to go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us, what you'll get over there is information. And that's what you need to arm yourself with, is information. It also gives you the ability, hey, if you could use an extra $500 or more a month, it gives you the ability to do that with this product. If you try it and believe in it like I have, I've got one on the back of my neck right now, and I'm telling you, it works. And I'm a complete believer in this, revitalizing your own body's stem cells. liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Head over there today, get the information, and follow through with it. liveyoungerwithdoug.us. And I will be right back after this break. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older, and it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. liveyoungerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great. And so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Right Side with Doug Billings. I am the shining light of American exceptionalism, coming to you from smack dab in the middle of the fruited plain in the United States of America. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching to the program. You can go to the website, dougbillings.us. That's where I always recommend people to go first. dougbillings.us. And since we have been demonetized on our other platforms on social media, the radical left woke mob has been coming after us because we're telling the truth, and they know that we're reaching millions of you. We want you to go to dougbillings.us, and at the top of that webpage, look for the support tab. Please click on it and prayerfully offer a voluntary monthly recurring donation to the program so we can continue to bring it to you. We never charge you to watch the program, but this is how we make a living, and this is how we produce the show. So we're in some need, and we ask you humbly to prayerfully consider heading over to dougbillings.us, clicking on the support tab at the top of the page, and watch or donate to the program. Also, over on YouTube, we are trying to rebuild our YouTube presence over there. You can find us at The Right Side with Doug Billings. Subscribe to us over there so that you'll always get notifications of new shows and so forth. So the other case, the Civil Service Code case, as I call it, coming forth on the Supreme Court, we've talked about today in the program these Supreme Court cases that in some form or fashion involve President Trump and involve our ability to deal blows to the deep state, to regain control of the republic away from the deep state and take it back. So this specific case, the Civil Service Code case, speaks specifically to the executive powers that were used by President Trump when he declared that companies or agencies can promote or fire people based on their job performance, not on race, not on ethnicity, without being restricted by these civil service laws that are out there, which is as it should be, ladies and gentlemen. Look, for those of you who watch the program, you know that 4 years ago, before I started this program, I was in corporate America and was a vice president of human resources for a major medical company. And I am very familiar with this. Our hands were tied in many cases with regards to people, their performance, their jobs, etc., because of civil service laws that are ridiculous. Affirmative action, just one of them that the Supreme Court recently did away with, thankfully, because the merits of the person and the job performance is what we are after. We are not out to promote any race over another. So Trump wants to expand this executive power to cover all of the executive branch agencies. So we need to follow that. We need to be aware. I think it makes perfect sense. Look, if you can't do the job, you should be removed from it, right? I mean, that is common sense. We don't give jobs to people because they're black or because they're Asian or Latino or because they're white. We give jobs to people because they can do the job and because they've demonstrated the fact that they can do it, or they have the aptitude to learn how to do the job. And likewise, we don't take someone's job away from them because they're black, Hispanic, Asian, Latino, or white. We take the job away in some cases because they can't do the job. Their job performance is really the judge and the jury with regards to whether they get or keep the job. That makes sense. That's what it is always was intended to be. So you've got these cases out there. And by the way, I might mention that with regards to the job performance issue, there are agencies in the government who really set the tone for policy in this country. I don't know if most of you know this. If you watch this show, you're aware of this because I've talked about it several times. It's not even the president or the Congress or the Senate that makes the policies, or I should say, enforces or carries through with policies. In many cases, these government agencies have nothing more than clerks who have been there for many, many, many years and who are seemingly invulnerable to being fired or being removed from their positions, whether or not they can do the job appropriately or not. But they are the ones who put forth policy, can drive certain policies harder or pull back on others that they don't like so much, right? And they can basically decide which policies are enforced heavily or not at all, or sometimes done away with, unbeknownst to most of you. And the president Trump has voiced his belief and his desire that he wants to rein that in. And he wants to fire a lot of these agency people that are putting forth and running the government who are not elected, right? So this is all good and well, as it should be. And this is yet another case the Supreme Court is going to look at, the civil services case. So we have Trump's immunity case, we have the Chevron case, and the civil service code case. All three of them are important cases that we should be focused on and we should follow with regards to the Supreme Court, have an effect on the country, and they can deal blows to the deep state. This is how we incrementally and methodically take back the republic from the tyranny that's controlled it for the last several years. So there you have it. And you know, I think as we look at all of this, it makes sense to you, right? These things, whether it's the immunity of a president, whether it's the government overreach on waterways, on farmland, or wherever, or it's the civil service code, you and I are reasonable people. And it makes sense to us that the court, the Supreme Court, will rule in a way that we on the right side deem necessary. And we can expect that the radical left will continue to have their meltdowns and blow up on TV and on social media. And that will be fun to watch. But keep your eyes on these things if you have the will and the desire to do so. I'll also keep you abreast as what those decisions may be when the time comes later in the fall, more than likely when we know the decisions from those specific cases. So before I go to the break, remember, I'm trying to nudge you over to dougbillings.us. It's our website. There's merchandise over there. You can check it out. There's news articles of interest. Of course, all of the shows, whether they're video shows, if you like to watch the show, or if you want to listen to us in the car, on the way to work, back and forth on the commute, whatever, the audio podcasts are over there as well. So please, please, please head over to dougbillings.us and consider supporting the program. There's a support tab at the top of the page. Preferably consider any amount that you can afford on a monthly recurring basis. We would appreciate it. And I will be right back after this break. Stay with me, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
I want to tell you about the good people over at EMP Shield, electromagnetic pulse. Electromagnetic pulse, ladies and gentlemen. It can fry your home electrical system or your vehicle's electrical system. But if you attach one of these, now this is for your breaker box at home. There's a smaller version that goes on your battery of your car, your vehicle, that will prevent it from being fried in the event of an electromagnetic pulse. Because as you know, thanks to Administrator Biden, many people coming across the border now who don't exactly have the best of intentions. Protect yourself. EMPshield.com. Get huge discounts over there if you use the promo code Doug. Hi, everybody. Doug Billings here on the set of my show, The Right Side. I am standing shoulder to shoulder with Mike Lindell and his employees over at mypillow.com. Use the promo code Billings when you go over there to mypillow.com. Everything that you need. You already know about the sheets, the pillows, obviously the pillows, the slippers, the best slippers in the world, ladies and gentlemen. They even have dog beds and pet beds over there. I've got 2 of them for my service dog, Jet. Absolutely, I do. MyPillow.com. Stand shoulder to shoulder with me and Mike Lindell as we support his employees as he endeavors to become one of the refounders, if you will, one of the refounding fathers of our republic. It's the least we can do. MyPillow.com, promo code Billings. Please, ladies and gentlemen, MyPillow.com, promo code Billings. Believe it, for the republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older. And it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. liveyoungerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great, and so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Right Side with Doug Billings, where I am fulfilling the meaning of life by entering into your life to make differences for the better. That's what it's all about. And you're doing it for me too, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, it sounds a little bit like I'm jesting and making a joke. I am not. The meaning of life, why we're here, the reason why we're born, in all seriousness, in part, is precisely that. We are called to enter into the lives of other people to make differences for the better. That's the reason why we were born, at least one of the reasons, one of the most important reasons, to continually enter into the lives of other people to make differences for the better. And I hope that in some small form or fashion, this show is a way by which I can enter into your life and make differences for the better by dispensing to you truth and accurate commentary and opinion about the state of play in America. So if by chance I'm blessed enough to do that, I hope that I am, to entering into your lives to make differences for the better. You must also know that you all, by virtue of your support and so forth, have entered into my life and made differences for the better as well. And you continue to do that when you go to dougbillings.us. dougbillings.us, and click on that support tab at the top of the web page. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. And that's how we keep this thing going. So let me say a few words as we, in this final segment of the program, about Administrator Biden and his numbers. Because, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you see on social media or what you may read about in the radical liberal press or see in the mainstream media, Joe Biden's numbers are the worst in American presidential history. This should surprise none of you. There is no way that he can win the general election coming up in November. No way. Everyone, including members of the Commune Socialist, formerly known as Democrat, Party, know this to be true. So it begs the question, with whom will they replace Biden? Now, there's one certainty among the decision makers within this Commune Socialist Party. Whoever the replacement is, I think there's a strong case to be made that they think that whoever replaces Biden has got to be black. Is that true? Only time will tell, but I can tell you this. One thing that they can't put in that place, one person, I should say, who they can't replace Biden with, even though she's black, is Kamala Harris, because her numbers are worse than his. And I know Michelle Obama remains a favored rumor out there with regards to having her in there as the next Commune Socialist candidate for president. And so we'll have to remain very much aware about this. And we have to also know that in their presidential convention, in the Democratic Commune Socialist Presidential Convention, which begins later this year, I want you to be aware that Administrator Biden at that convention can release all of his candidates, all of his votes, all of his support, all of his, these primary votes and victories that they get. He can release all of them, and they can all go to the person, whoever it is, that the party decides to put in place. Maybe it's Michelle Obama. That's a real possibility, I admit. However, and I know that this topic has got lots of coverage out there by other people, so I don't necessarily want to dwell on whether or not Michelle Obama is going to be put in place, but I have been skeptical, as you all know. Ultimately, that if they put her up there, Michelle up there, I remain skeptical because, to put it delicately, ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Obama has too much, shall I say, baggage to explain. And she's got to address that with regards to her personal life. And if you know what I mean by baggage, congratulations. Is it Big Mike or not? I don't know. I would like to see anybody provide me a picture of Michelle Obama when she's pregnant, for example. We shall see. And I throw that out there. I'm not a conspiracy guy. You know that. But I think there's some baggage issues that need to be addressed before we begin to go down the fact or the road that, factually speaking, Michelle Obama will be made or named the Democratic Communist Socialist candidate for president. So I'll just let you surmise what you will from my feelings about all of that. But I'm not convinced that Administrator Biden is going to voluntarily step aside, folks. He's already said that he won't do that. So it remains to be seen if this Communist Socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party, will force him out. Remains to be seen. Special Counsel Robert Hur concluded that Administrator Biden is too old and senile to be put on trial, but he can run for office. Right. Of course he can. No, you guys can't put him on trial. He's too old and delicate for that. But, oh, yeah, he can run for office. Right. Thanks. Thanks a lot for that, Special Counsel. Meanwhile, in a poll that was just released last week, 86%, folks, you heard that right, 86% of Americans believe that Biden is too old and too senile to be president, much less run for the presidency again. 86%, folks. I mean, I could play you multiple dozens of clips of Administrator Biden getting lost on stage, mumbling his words, forgetting his office, forgetting the names of his cabinet members, falling, stumbling, lying, telling wildly exaggerated stories that he was never involved in, all kinds of evidence that proves that he is cognitively compromised. And you've seen all of those clips. It's not my opinion. It's a matter of fact and record. You can see it right in front of you. But it does highlight the possibility that he may be replaced. Who is Gavin Newsom? If I were a betting man, and I'm not, I would bet on Gavin Newsom long before Michelle Obama. He's already posturing himself out there as presidential fodder. So we'll see. But his numbers, Biden's numbers, are in the tank. He's crumbling. This is a part of the reason why these liberal talking heads have meltdowns. Their whole world is collapsing upon them. And we've got to get our border and our house in order in this country. And that's the number one driver for voters from both parties, the border. And it's going to be the reason that Trump reclaims the White House in November and is sworn in January of 2025. All of that is what's happening. Supreme Court, the popularity or lack thereof of Biden, Trump's cases, all coming into the foray this week. And I think that everything looks very hopeful. We conservatives understand that we approach life with a sanctity of life that gives us hope. We understand that we are not on our deathbeds. America is not on her deathbed. We are in a nightmare. And the great news that's obvious all around us is that people by the multiple millions, hundreds of millions, are waking up to the nightmare. There's great hope in that, ladies and gentlemen. And there can be great hope in you when you reactivate your own body's stem cells. Go to liveyongerwithdoug.us and get information about this. Not trying to sell you anything overtly right here, just trying to get information into your hands at liveyongerwithdoug.us. Feel younger, age lines, wrinkles on your face, gone. More energy all day long, sleep better, heal faster. Feel younger in general with a patch that reactivates your own body's stem cells. And if you need or want an extra $500 or more a month, they'll give you an ability to do that. with this patch, if you want to tell other people about it and become a little bit of an entrepreneur in your own right, you can do it with liveyongerwithdoug.us. Head over there, get the information. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you need an extra $500 a month. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to feel younger and heal quicker. All of that is fair. liveyongerwithdoug.us. Head over there and get the information, and I'd be happy to let you know that I'm using it, and I believe in it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that is about it. I have enjoyed every single minute of this. Thanks for listening. If you're in the car, thank you very much. If you're watching on the computer, God bless you. Thank you for being here as well. Head over to dougbillings.us. Click on that support tab at the top of the website. Support us so that we can continue to come to you and bring you the show. We are in this together, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean that. It's been an honor to be with you today, as always. Love you all. God bless you. Believe it. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older. And it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyongerwithdoug.us. liveyongerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyongerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great, and so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
I want to tell you about the good people over at EMP Shield, electromagnetic pulse. Electromagnetic pulse, ladies and gentlemen. It can fry your home electrical system or your vehicle's electrical system. But if you attach one of these, now this is for your breaker box at home. There's a smaller version that goes on your battery of your car, your vehicle, that will prevent it from being fried in the event of an electromagnetic pulse. Because as you know, thanks to Administrator Biden, many people coming across the border now who don't exactly have the best of intentions. Protect yourself. EMPshield.com. Get huge discounts over there if you use the promo code Doug.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.